All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About Life. In today's segment, I'm going to be doing a review on another channel, okay? I want to be able to start talking about channels that are good for you guys to watch because there's a lot of garbage out there that's spewing nonsense on how men and women work, the type of society that we are in, and how to prepare yourself moving forward. So I want you guys to have the tools so that you're not only watching my stuff, but you're also watching other content creators that are certified by me. You're getting my approval, essentially, all right? And today we're gonna be featuring the channel Just Pearly Things, all right? This white girl, she was featured on the Kevin Samuels show. She was just very intrigued on wanting to know information. In fact, this is why she made a YouTube channel. She started actually fighting for men, all right? It's like a woman is actually defending men's rights and defending the way that society is shifting towards a female masculine society, right? And it's only for females that are accepted with their masculinity, while men's masculinity are considered toxic. If you're a man and you display feminine features, women are like, yeah, you go queen. Basically telling the men that. How fucking crazy is that? All right, so what I'm gonna do with this video is we're gonna discuss 3 of her videos and overall my summary of what you guys can expect from watching this channel. Starting with her most recent video, which is women choose these men and complain about them. All right, so I'm gonna roll a clip so you guys can watch.
Misrepresentation.
It's not that women like bad boys in itself.
Yeah.
It's that bad boys a lot of the time are more connected to their masculinity.
You want to feel
Whereas
protected,
nice
you feel
guys-
Like a bad boy can do
What
all
do you
that.
mean
Nice-
by that? And give me an example.
Nice guy ain't doing
Okay,
all
women
Could be
are
nothing
attracted to a man who can lead, right? And a
Has
man
confidence.
who has confidence. Bad boys have those traits.
Can I,
So when a woman is attracted to a
No,
bad boy, it's
no,
not
no.
that she's attracted to someone treating her bad.
So all bad
necessarily.
boys have leadership qualities and all nice guys don't have leadership qualities.
Well, let's look at it the reverse. Most nice guys end up being simps because they're missing the
no,
masculinity.
no, 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 no,
piece.
no,
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 I
no,
think
no,
I,
no, no,
I
no,
think
no,
it's
that's not
poor.
true.
I think it that for me, I think it's poor understanding.
I've got a
So
nice
when
guy.
so when you say women like bad boys, the women that like bad boys, look at the type of women we're talking about. It's a quality control issue.
What do you guys think? Our society is very ass backwards, okay? We have women who essentially complain about what they choose. And this has been playing out for a long time now, all right? You'll see girls choose fuckboys and then wonder why they got fucked over. The problem is that unfortunately, the guys that have good morals and that have a good head on their shoulders, a large quantity of them are not arousing women, okay? Meaning that they might have these good traits that are great for long-term relationships, but they do not provide that fun, that entertainment, that desire, all right? They're not really influencing a woman's feelings as much, which is why it's easy for her to overlook these type of men. Women run on emotions. It's their drug. So if you are not igniting those feelings from a woman, you're damn near irrelevant in her life. And this is why someone like yourself will either be placed in the friend zone, and it's your fault for staying, but the point is, this is why women will categorize you out of their sexual arousal. It's because you're not doing it for her. You do have good long-term qualities, but unfortunately, women, they want both worlds. They want the short term with the long term, not realizing that most of the short term will destroy the long term relationship. Men that have long term goals are not going to be as toxic, fun, chaotic, and allow their feelings to spiral out of control. All right? Most of those guys are more level headed. They're more on a chart. You know how we have things going up and down? If we had a chart in that fashion, good guys are essentially this. It's just stellar. There's no real excitement, but there's also no drama. You're living a life where it's okay. Nothing fantastic, but also, again, no problems. Very little to any. So this is what prevents women from wanting to go that route, because A girl would rather have an up and down relationship where you have really high notes, but you also have extremely low notes, than having a guy that's just stellar through, okay? So women, you got to do better on picking. But as you guys saw in the clip, you know, we're essentially talking about these categories of how women choose men, and then they become unsatisfied because they're not able to lock down these type of guys and or have that long-term relationship with them, all right? These guys are fun, they're exciting, but they're more so for the short term. And unfortunately, they will fuck up with your psyche, right? So now when you're finally looking for a long-term relationship, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually be in a healthy environment. You're gonna always be looking for the next high because you're not receiving that from that current man that you're with, all right? Which is why a lot of girls, they waste their youth, and then later on in life, when they want to settle down, they're with the beta bucks guy, right? We all heard that phrase. And now their life feels like mediocrity, all right? It's just, you know? So now they are going to end up cheating. And not only that, but after a certain amount of time, they can't handle it. It's like, well, this shit is boring. So they leave. And if the guy was a good provider, they'll just take half his shit if they do get married. That is the result of what society is promoting today, all right? Now we're gonna cover the second video. Single moms prey on these type of men. Watch the clip.
If I was these new modern women that I see, you'd be my prime target. You would be my prime target. No, I'm serious, because you're perfect. You've got no children. You're handsome.
No,
you're
do you know what? Do you know what? Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing? When I was in America, what was so sad and scary is that every time like I met a new girl, whatever, whether it is on campus, outside the campus, dating apps, oh, how many kids do you have?
And if you ain't got none,
bruh. And then everyone say, wow, you don't have no kids, like, bruh.
As you guys can see, grandma is giving out game, giving out advice. And it's true, all right? Once a woman has children with the man she desired, at some point in her life, she's going to want stability, all right? All that chaos and craziness, the fluctuations, that's all gonna change for her. Once a girl lost her beauty, which inevitably will knock her out of the dating market, at least from the type of guys that she desired before. With age comes with less options. Put it this way. So what a girl will do is they will find a guy that has good provisional skills, high-end security, the best that they can find, and settle down with that type of man. A guy with a good head on his shoulders. Similar to the last video that we just spoke about, right? A woman will look for these qualities because now she needs financial stability. So now that guy is paying for another man's seed. And this is how women run game. Throughout their youth, they're fucking all the bad boys, all the guys that get them wet naturally. And then when they get older in life, they're like, hey, I learned my lesson. I want something serious. I want something long-term. I'm not here to play around with any games. Now this girl wants to settle down, which is essentially she's settling down by giving the leftovers, all right? Because when you were prime time, when you were in your teens, when you were in your 20s, you didn't want these lame niggas that you would probably look at them in that fashion. But now these lame niggas are actually looking pretty damn decent. You know why? Because they're going to take care of the damage that you already have caused in your life. You have now children from men that didn't want any children from you, or guys that promised you bullshit and never went through with it. And now you're banking on the nice guy, the good guy, the guy that actually had made something of himself so that he can now take care of you. And it sucks. It really sucks because we're essentially promoting promiscuity with the guys that are not going to bring you any value, while you ladies leave out the guys that would be able to give you all the value that you need. But you don't want it because at that moment in time, you don't feel any need for it, right? Essentially, when a woman is young, she's going to want to have fun with the guys that bring her excitement. But the guys with a good head on their shoulders, they're more focused on school, work, getting their finances up there. And then the girl wants to wait at the finish line, grab that guy that was considered boring during her youth, and secure the bag in that way, right? Now we're going to discuss the last video before I give my final thoughts on just pearly things. Modern women want to be men. All right, let's roll the clip.
if I am in control of everything, our lives depend on me. Do you get what I'm
Are
saying?
you carrying your child as well? Just out of curiosity.
But that's only when they're carrying the child.
Bro,
See,
that wasn't
when
even.
someone is carrying their child, that's when they've got 100% payment of everything, and you can't say shit.
You
'Cause
know
I've
what?
carried your.
Let me
Even
ask you
if
a
you're
question.
even if the woman, hold on, even if the woman is carrying the child, the responsibility hasn't changed because the woman's carrying the child.
No, but the mum's got all the responsibilities. She's inside with the youth.
Yeah,
Where's
but
the dad?
Who's paying for the inside?
Yes, the
Yes, but
dad.
what's
but that's
happened-
what
but
I'm saying.
this is
that's
again-
the only time
so that-
when it
would
can
you not
be
say that that's still
agree with your
50-50?
brain.
One.
Would you
wanna-
not say that, like, okay, so people in this modern day and age, women go out to work as well in relationships, as it should be, right? But then it should also be 50-50 at home as well. If it's 50-50 outside of the home, as in we're both earning money, we're both putting in, we're both working 5-6 days a week. All right, it doesn't matter who's earning more. We're both putting in that amount of
Why
time.
doesn't
we're
it
putting
matter who's
Hold
earning?
on.
Wait,
Let her finish.
let me land. It doesn't matter. We're both putting in 9 to 5s, all right? And then we're both coming home. Work there should get split at 50-50 as well. If I do the laundry this week, you
Bruv,
do the
that's
cooking
your-
this week.
yeah, but
that
listen.
should be the way. Because if not, if a woman's going out working the same amount of days as you,
Bro, we
and you're
understand.
working,
We understand
and
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, you work and he works. We understand. You said it like 5 different ways. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's your choice. If you are the type of woman that, boom, okay, I want 50-50. Like this young lady said, 50-50. Cool. That's the life you chose. Then of course, boom, you're 50-50, bro. So obviously you got 50% of the responsibility. But we're not talking about that. We were talking about
Princess.
I'm a princess, bro.
Thank you.
That's not. That
but
don't-
that
does
doesn't make
princess sound like
that girl
50-50
that
to you?
your property though.
Yo, King Rich.
Nobody said.
Can I pick your
No,
brain?
listen, do you know what's funny about these conversations? Yeah, like we'll be talking and making like straight facts and sticking to a straight topic, and then what I notice with a lot of women is that they will add in extras. Add in extras that came out of nowhere. Like you actually said that. Like nobody added those extras except you. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything I've said has been very straightforward. And in my opinion, this is where a lot of the problems between men and women come from. That, you know, a lot of men find it hard to express what we're saying to women because women will just like bring in extra intangibles out of nowhere.
Yo, King Rich.
You need to stay on topic.
As you can see, there's a debate going on between this gentleman and this woman. And you can see, even with the communication, they're not on par with one another. The guy is stating one thing while the woman is adding on to the fact of what the discussion's all about. As the man said, stay on topic. All right? This is not cool when we're talking about something that's important, relevant to the discussion, and now as a woman you decide, because it's not fitting your narrative, I'm going to throw out some outliers so that I can try to make sense of something that has nothing to do with the conversation in the first place. All right? So, it is true. All right? You do have women who, if they want 50-50 in their relationships, I've dated some of those, which I really didn't like it. The perks were they actually held their own. So they took me out. I got wined and dined, which didn't feel bad at first. But the problems come on as you keep progressing in the relationship. You realize that the woman, it doesn't have any issue telling you no. You see that women like this, they're going to do their own thing. When they want to disappear, they'll disappear. When they want to go out and do some activity, if you tell them, hey, babe, how about we just stay inside and relax? They're going to look at you like you're stupid. And they're going to be like, hey, well, I'm going out anyways. The problem with those type of women is there is no sense of negotiation. It typically falls on the woman's end of whatever she wants to do, she's going to do it anyways. Which as a man, there's no point of being in a relationship with a woman like that. So in a lot of cases, you'll see that men don't necessarily get along with the quote unquote boss bitch or the girl that has her shit together, that prizes herself for what she has accomplished and the money that she's making. Men, we feel gratification that way because we're able to share our resources with what we want in life. And essentially, it's you ladies. As a woman, it doesn't really work hand in hand. In fact, a lot of women, from my own experience, build resentment over time when they realize that they are going 50-50 with a man. Because it's pretty neg. Like when you think about it, as a woman, you have certain perks just being that gender. So when you decide to take on this mentality of thinking like a man and acting like a man, you realize that it's not as beneficial. But feminism did you guys wrong. It taught you guys a different path that now some ladies are waking up to, while others are enjoying this freedom, this sense of I can do whatever I want because I'm a woman and I'm powerful. Like it's really, I don't even want to go through the type of feelings that a lot of men have when it comes to this topic, because in a lot of cases, it's just disgusting. You know, you're essentially developing bad behavior patterns, which will rule you out of any long-term relationships. And the only guys that will accept that are men that you really had to settle for. And that sucks because you're always going to be looking for another man while you're in that relationship with somebody that you're like, well, I got someone that I'm with. But you don't even feel good about being with that man because, one, he's not going to be that masculine. In fact, his balls are going to drop right on the floor. Let's be real. So as a woman, when you have a man like that, you don't even feel like you have a man. You feel like you're the man and he's the bitch. Okay? And that doesn't really work out long term. All right? But with what was said in this video, you'll see that there are some women who want to be treated as a princess, want the man to essentially pay the majority of the bills or all the bills, and she wants to sit back and still do whatever she wants, okay? This is the problem that we really face with our current society. It's not about the women so much that want to go 50-50 that are actually there and putting in the work and effort. It's the women who still want to be courted and treated like traditional women who act like modern women. And they'll always boast like, oh, well, I could do it myself, but if I'm going to get into a relationship, I expect that man to do it. I can make more money than that man, or I can make around the same amount, but I still expect the man to put in the brunt force of whatever we're talking about. You know, a lot of relationships, they want to go 70-30 or 80-20. In some cases, 100-0. But they don't want to be submissive to those men either way. So it's like, in this video, as you can see, the man is talking more so about the women who want it all their way. And it's not fucking Burger King. You can't have it your way.
Tired of having it their way? Have it your way at Burger King. Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. All we ask is that you let us serve it your way.
There has to be a give and take in a relationship. So as a man, if you're funding a woman's life, if you're the one taking care of the significant bills, as Kevin Samuels would have said, you have a sense of authority over that woman. You do. That woman is under your authority. And if she doesn't like it, tell her to kick rocks. And that's just my view. Now I kind of threw in my spin on it because at the end of the day, you as a man, you can dictate the terms of somebody that you're willing to provide for. All right? Same way if you have children, your children are living under your roof, they have to follow your rules. If you're with a woman and you're the main provider, she has to follow your rules. Now, I'm not saying that you should have a whole dictatorship thing going on. You shouldn't have that. Your woman should have say, but at the end of the day, you have final say. And not only this, but she has to acknowledge and follow the rules that you do set in your space, in your apartment or house if she's living with you, okay? So make sure that you have guidelines that that woman can follow. But if you're with somebody that does not want to do so, then I would let her go or have her come up to your level and share 50% of the responsibility. Now, as a man, if you don't like that, then don't bother with women in that fashion and just let them kick rocks. But if you don't mind a woman putting in that 50-50 since she already isn't listening to you, then it's cool, right? Because now she's paying her end of the deal to have say in that relationship. And when I say say, I'm talking about more so of an authority, all right? But anyways, guys, my final thoughts on Just Pearly Things. She's going into a right direction when it comes to our society. She is talking about uncomfortable truths on her channel. And let's be real, you girls, you were sold a lie on feminism. When a woman has no sense of dependence on a man, a lot of relationships won't work. Because at the end of the day, how do jobs work? There is a sense of authority, right? You have the workers, then you have the supervisors, you have the managers, and it just keeps going up and up and up until you have the person who owns the damn shit, okay? Well, guess what? Relationships are no different. There has to be somebody that has the primary say of the relationship. There has to be an authority figure within the relationship. The whole idea of 50-50 doesn't exist. It could be 60-40, 70-30, whatever percentages, But at the end of the day, there has to be somebody that holds the authority. And let's be real, it should never be a woman. It should always be the man. And if the woman can't acquiesce to your rules, then she needs to be with another man. Keep it simple, guys. All right? If you have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. Her channel is a gem. I suggest that you watch as many videos as you can, especially if there is a title that you actually want to dive into and see her response with the other people that she has on that platform. Make sure that you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that noti bell so you can stay in tune with all the content that I am providing you guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, this channel is all about you. Catch you guys on the next video.